Hey, if you thought BTS was done, you are dead wrong. 7 guys from South Korea just shook the entire world. Not just the music charts. Not just social media trending pages. They literally made the world stop, stare, and ask, are these guys even human, or are they some kind of natural disaster? March 20th, 2026. One date that will go down in music history. And if you haven't heard what happened yet, get comfortable, because this is going to blow your mind completely. I'm going to tell you everything. The album that smashed Spotify records. The free concert that gave millions of ARMY heart attacks. How Netflix itself struggled to handle viewers flooding in from every corner of the planet. This isn't just a comeback, people. This is a full-blown invasion. But before we get into the madness, let's rewind a little, because to truly understand just how massive this is, you need to know what the world went through waiting for this moment. BTS of Bangtan Sonyeondan is a 7-member group: RM, Jin, Suga, J-Hope, Jimin, V, and Jungkook. They debuted back in 2013 from a small agency called Big Hit Music. Nobody, and I mean nobody, expected these 7 young men to permanently change the global music industry. But that's exactly what they did. At the peak of their run between 2019 and 2022, BTS was unavoidable. 6 #1 albums on the Billboard 200. 6 times topping the Billboard Hot 100. They won IFPI Global Recording Artist of the Year 2 years in a row in 2020 and 2021, becoming the first act ever to win back-to-back. No K-pop artist had ever come close to doing that before. And then, silence. On June 14, 2022, BTS announced they would be temporarily pausing group activities to focus on solo projects. And on top of that, South Korean law requires every able-bodied man to serve in the military. One by one, the members enlisted, leaving millions of ARMY around the world in an agonizing wait. The members began their service in 2022, with Suga being the last to complete his duty in June 2025. 3 years. 3 whole years without BTS as a complete group. And ARMY waited, patiently, loyally, and full of hope. That wait is now over. And what happened next exceeded every single expectation anyone could have possibly had. After Jungkook, RM, Suga VV, and Jimin all finished their military service in June 2025, they immediately gathered in front of a camera alongside J-Hope and Jin to announce that a new BTS album and a world tour were in the works. Their official statement was simple but soul-stirring: we will release a new BTS album in spring next year. We are also planning a world tour with the new album. We will visit fans around the world, so we hope you are as excited as we are. The internet exploded instantly. Within hours, BTS was trending #1 across nearly every social media platform at the same time. On January 4, 2026, Big Hit Music officially confirmed the comeback with a new album and a world tour, and that announcement alone crashed Weverse, BTS's official fan platform, because millions of users tried to access it all at once. But honestly, that was just the warm-up. And then, silence. On June 14, 2022, BTS announced they would be temporarily pausing group activities to focus on solo projects. And on top of that, South Korean law requires every able-bodied man to serve in the military. One by one, the members enlisted, leaving millions of ARMY around the world in an agonizing wait. The members began their service in 2022, with Suga being the last to complete his duty in June 2025. 3 years. 3 whole years without BTS as a complete group. And ARMY waited, patiently, loyally, and full of hope. That wait is now over. And what happened next exceeded every single expectation anyone could have possibly had. After Jungkook, RM, Suga VV, and Jimin all finished their military service in June 2025, they immediately gathered in front of a camera alongside J-Hope and Jin to announce that a new BTS album and a world tour were in the works. Their official statement was simple but soul-stirring: we will release a new BTS album in spring next year. We are also planning a world tour with the new album. We will visit fans around the world, so we hope you are as excited as we are. The internet exploded instantly. Within hours, BTS was trending #1 across nearly every social media platform at the same time. On January 4, 2026, Big Hit Music officially confirmed the comeback with a new album and a world tour, and that announcement alone crashed Weverse, BTS's official fan platform, because millions of users tried to access it all at once. But honestly, that was just the warm-up. Throughout February and March 2026, the BTS team released a series of teasers that had ARMY completely losing sleep. On Valentine's Day, thousands of red roses were handed out in major cities like Seoul, London, and Los Angeles, each one attached with a QR code and a card that simply asked, "What's your love song?" They partnered with Google Search to launch a global scavenger hunt on March 4. Every move was carefully crafted. Every detail deliberate. Because that's who BTS is, they never do anything halfway. Then came March 20th at midnight in the US. Midday in Korea. Their 6th Korean-language studio album dropped, and the world was never the same again. The album is called Arirang. It's their 6th Korean studio album and their 10th overall, marking their first full group release after the military hiatus and their first studio album in nearly 6 years since B in 2020. The name wasn't chosen randomly. Big Hit Music stated that Arirang encapsulates BTS's identity as a group that originated from Korea. It's inspired by the traditional Korean folk song of the same name, a song that functions as Korea's unofficial national anthem. Musically, this thing is extraordinary. The album opens with Body to Body, which samples the traditional folk song itself. The production roster reads like a who's who of the music world: Diplo, Ryan Tedder, Kevin Parker, Mike Will Made It, Jasper Harris, Artemis, and JPEG Mafia are among the collaborators. These aren't just big names dropped for marketing. These are the people behind some of the most iconic songs of the past decade. BTS didn't come back playing it safe, they came back swinging. And the moment the album hit streaming platforms, something happened that no one had ever seen before. All 14 songs from Arirang immediately occupied the top 14 spots on Spotify's global top 50 chart on day one. On Spotify's US chart, 12 of those 14 songs appeared in the top 26. Let that sink in. Not one song. Not two. 14 songs simultaneously dominating the entire global chart. The album racked up 110 million streams on Spotify alone, making it the most streamed album in a single day for all of 2026. On Apple Music, it shattered the record for the most day one streams ever by a pop group. And Spotify officially declared Arirang the most streamed K-pop album in the platform's history. Physical sales nearly hit 4 million copies on day one, a brand new record. These numbers aren't just impressive. They prove that BTS didn't just come back. They came back stronger than they've ever been in their entire career. One day after the album dropped, the world witnessed something even more unforgettable. On March 21, 2026, BTS held a free comeback concert called BTS The Comeback Live Arirang at Gwangwamun Square in Seoul. And if you know anything about Korea, you know Gwangwamun isn't just any public square. It's the spiritual heart of Seoul, the place where the Korean people have gathered to celebrate, mourn, and stand up for themselves throughout centuries of history. Performing there wasn't just a logistical choice. It was a statement. Only 22,000 people received golden tickets to attend in person, but the crowd outside was estimated at 260,000, making it the largest public concert ever held in South Korean history. The show was directed by Hamish Hamilton, the British director behind the Super Bowl halftime show and the Oscars, which tells you everything about the level BTS is operating at. When RM grabbed the mic and shouted "Annyeonghaseyo, we're back," to open the show with Body to Body, the crowd of thousands holding purple and red light sticks absolutely lost it. And for those watching from home, Netflix live streamed the whole thing to the entire world. The results were staggering. The BTS concert livestream pulled in 18.4 million global viewers on Netflix. The broadcast hit #1 in 24 countries and entered the top 10 in 80 countries that week. Some reports put it even higher, ranking first in 77 countries, with a top 3 presence in every tracked market, including the United States, Japan, the United Kingdom, and New Zealand. BTS didn't just come back. They came back to own the world again. If you enjoyed this video, smash that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. Let me know down below which song from Ararang hits the hardest for you. And all the real army out there, drop purple heart in the comments right now. See you in the next one. Borahi. Purple heart.